In the last 48 hours, this very information or news has been on the internet space, but unfortunately, it is not trending. I have wondered, why is this news not making headlines on the Nigeria mainstream media?
She said that DSS gave guns to Miyetti Allah, and it is with those guns that they used to attack Kwara State people. DSS.
I was warning you in 2014, 2015, 2016. They said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering.
Criminals who want to embrace peace, we won't shut the doors to them.
On security, we are working diligently to enhance national security, ensuring our economic experiences improved growth and performance.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. I saw this particular video from my senior colleague, Inspired Castro. I saw this particular video, not that I really saw it. My military friend of mine who's in the military, sent me the video. I watched it. I said, okay, I want no copyright to it. I wanted to talk about it. I felt like it will take me a longer process to talk about all of these details in this particular video. I may not be able to narrate it to suit you guys the way he did, but I just take out the video and I say, okay, let me give it to you guys so that if you have not watched it, you should watch this video. And at the end of the day, you will know how evil that these APC governments are in Nigeria. I want you guys to watch it.
In the last 48 hours, this very information or news has been on the internet space, but unfortunately, it is not trending. I have wondered, why is this news not making headlines on the Nigeria mainstream media? Maybe some persons doesn't want this information to fly, but here we are to do justice to them. Exactly on the 30th of September 2025, the Confederation of the Sahel State, which is also known as Alliance of Sahel States, which is comprised of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, who came together exactly on the 16th of September 2023 to form a security pact that gave birth to the Alliance of Sahel States. That is to say that these three countries continue to share security intelligences together. As we speak, they are on a mission to wipe out insecurity from the Sahel region. And do not also forget that these three countries have pulled out of the ECOWAS bloc. That is to say that they are currently former members of the ECOWAS. And the governing template in these three countries are currently being controlled by the juntas. Do not forget that all these three countries have all passed through military coup, which led them to where they are today. A typical example is that of the Bokina Faso. After the successful military coup, General Ibrahim Traore became the current what you can call the president of Burkina Faso in the material world of today. Now, here are the deals. In the joint addresses that was held by these three countries, exactly on that same 30th of September 2025, precisely in Niamey, in Niger, these three countries revealed that they currently have in their possession lists of high and mighty politicians and individuals who are responsible, who have over time been sponsoring insecurity across the northwest Nigeria, across the Sahel region, and across other parts of Africa. They maintain that they have this very list in their possessions and will make it public as soon as possible, even though in that very joint addresses they went further to mention a few names of persons in Nigeria, which will eventually put you in a shock because of the names of the high-profile individuals that was mentioned in that very joint addresses. They equally made it public that they have arrested gun runners, those who are into gun businesses across northwest Nigeria, across the Sahel region, and other parts of Africa. They have arrested, some of them, and they confessed to the crime and revealed names of persons behind their heinous, illicit businesses across Africa. Well, good people of Nigeria, in that very joint addresses, the three presidents of these very three nations were all present. General Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, General Abdourahmane Tichani of Niger, and the General Assimi Goita of Mali. They were all present and they gave their own account of the presentation during that very joint addresses. Let's take it bit by bit. So, according to that very publication, which was originally in Hausa language, some of them were, translated by Zagazola Makama, who is a security expert in the Lake Chad across Africa. He is also a security analyst and counter-insurgency expert. So these very addresses were recovered through the help of Grok, through the help of AI, because most of their publications through DW Hausa goes in their native languages. So, according to Colonel Assimi Goita of Mali, brothers and sisters of the Sahel, friends across Africa, and the world watching this betrayal unfold, good morning, good evening. Tonight, we don't come with empty words or diplomatic niceties. We come with evidence, with names, with the blood of our people on our hands and the ghost of villages burned to ash. For too long, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have stood shoulder to shoulder against the jihad's hydra, Boko Haram, ISWAP, the shadows that slither across our borders. We have lost sons and daughters in the thousands, our economy is gutted, our children orphaned, and yet, as we bleed, we have uncovered a poison at the heart of it all. Nigeria politicians, those suited wolves in Abuja feeding the very monsters we fight. He went further to say, let me paint it for you plainly, like a story around the fire. Imagine a man in a grand office sipping tea from a cup bought with our suffering's coin. He wires funds not to schools or clinics, but to arms dealers in the desert. He turns a blind eye to convoys crossing the border, loaded with AKs and RPGs stamped made in Nigeria. Why? Power. Votes from the fearful, land grabs in the north. We've got the bank records, the satellite tracks, the confession from captured Korea who sang like birds under our lamps. These are not whispers, these are ledgers. Then, according to General Abdourahmane Tichani of Niger, he wrote in that joint address, Assimi speaks truth, and I will add the grit of it in Niger. We have buried 2,000 soldiers since the coup that freed us from foreign puppeters. Our intelligence shared with no one but our alliance of Sahel states brothers has mapped it out. A senator from Kano, pockets lined with oil money, funnels cash through Hawala network to ISWAP cells hitting our uranium mines. A governor in Borno, he is the architect of peace deals that arm the very bandit raiding our markets. And don't get me started on the retired generals turned consultants. They train these dogs in camps just south of Lake Chad, then pocket ECOWAS grants for counter-terrorism. We laughed bitterly when Nigeria Chief of Defense Staff General Musa boasted last month about unmasking sponsors. Unmasking? Ha! He is looking in the mirror. Our agencies, Burkina's, Mali's, ours have compiled a dossier thicker than the Bible. Names: Atiku Abubakar's shadowy donors linked, Tinubu's northern allies implicated, even the APC chieftain who cheered our sanctions while their jet dropped pallets over the border. We have held back one of the African Brotherhood, but no more. By week's end, we will release it all. Redacted for the innocent, unsparing for the guilty. Interpose on speed dial. Immediately, the room where these addresses were being read erupted in murmurs. Traore leans in, his eyes like coals. Then Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, continued by saying, listen close, Nigeria, our big brother turned Judas. You lecture us on democracy while your elite bankrolled AK-47s, killing our farmers. In Burkina, we have got mass graves with bullets from Lagos factories. We have intercepted calls, sent the boys north, and the elections coming. This is not geopolitics, it is treason against Africa. The Sahel rises united. We invite honest Nigerians soldiers, journalists, youth to join us, defeat, testify. But to the sponsors, your villas in Abuja won't shield you. Your private jets to London, grounded. The people know now. To ECOWAS, to the AU, wake up. This cancer spreads from Nigeria's elite to our sons. We have endured your sanctions, your isolations. Now we expose Mali, Niger, Burkina. We fight for a Sahel free of terror, not fueled by it. And Nigeria, heal thyself or step aside. The desert does not forgive anyone. The desert does not forgive no one. This was how Ibrahim Traore, ended his addresses. The desert does not forgive no one. It's a very deep statement. Well, if you have been following me in this channel, you would have realized my stand on the insecurity in Nigeria. I said no president has ever come to this country to fight insurgency, insecurity as promised, and ended up doing the job that is expected. Since after Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who would have, decisively, do what needed to be done, either gradually or fiercely, to end insecurity. But his administration was politicized by the same APC government. And then the campaign that Buhari was coming as a messiah to deal with insecurity. At this point, it is safe to say to all Nigerians that without Boko Haram, Buhari may not have won that election of 2015. Without Boko Haram, without the advent of Boko Haram in the scene, it would have been very difficult. And this is why many people, allegedly have linked the, advent, the emergence of Boko Haram to the APC government. Many Nigerians have done that. And if you listen carefully to these very speeches from this very three presidents, you will begin to have a reason to believe some of those things that has been alleged over time. I also remember that some years ago, United Arab Emirates released names of Boko Haram sponsors in Nigeria. I'm pretty sure the questions on the lips of many Nigerians would be, what did the government of the day do with those names? We live in a country where rascality thrives, where corruption, high-handedness, where corruption is deeply rooted in the heart and minds of many Nigerians, not just the politicians. And it has become very difficult. And this is one of the reasons I've always believed that until we have men and women of impeccable character, especially as number one president of this country, people who does not have any single interest in the treasuries of Nigeria, that is the only time we will have transparency in dealing with insecurity. But with the type of calibers of people we have now, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. But at least let the Alliance of Sahel State release this name so that we know them, so that we know who they are. It is important that they release that name. You will see. You see how they mentioned the article shadowy donors, APC chieftains, as well as Tinubu Northern allies. Who are these people? So let the Sahel states release this name so that at least Nigerians will have a transparency on that once more. Even though many Nigerians already have an idea of the dynamics and the sponsors of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. But at least that will give us another opportunity to call out the government of the day. Well, at this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.
When you watch this particular video, you might feel reluctant and you don't want to believe. Maybe he's lying. I don't think this kind of thing that the people from the Parliament of Sahel region are saying is true about Nigeria government. That is the first thing that I thought. When I watch it, say no, Ibrahim Traore, Niger, and, why would they say this about my country? But do you know that when they asked the IG of police about the bandits that are now in the society roaming freely, what did they think about it? Organizing press conference. I want you guys to listen to what your IG of police, Egbetekun, said in national conference to defend Fulani S-men. I want you guys to watch.
You talked about reported bandits coming out for peace deals, and you want to know what my reaction is to that. Criminals who want to embrace peace, we won't shut the doors to them. If they want to surrender, they are welcome. But that does not mean that we are going to relax on our onslaught on them.
You listen to him. What did he say? According to him, that all the Fulani Esme, either Boko Haram or Jaid or whatsoever, they are free to come out to integrate themselves into the society despite the amount of crime they committed. If they decide to say, okay, we are tired, that is what we have been preaching, no problem, we will let them be because. But what about the crime that they have committed? What if, for example, it was in the Southeast that all these unknown gunmen have killed a lot of soldiers and a lot of people, and tomorrow they just say, okay, we are tired, we want to become a neutral person and back to the society. Will this gullible Egbetekun and the Nigerian Security Agency also embrace them? No. Will they do it? No. But anyway, I want you guys to watch this particular video of what VDM said in none of this. We'll be right back.
Wọ́n ti pa mí lọ́kọ̀ o. Bí ilé yẹn kámẹ́rà mi wo kámẹ́rà ara mi o. Ìjọba Kwara wọ́n ti pa mí lọ́kọ̀. Wọ́n ti pa mí lọ́kọ̀ o. Ìjọba Kwara àwọn DSS gbébọn fáwọn méjì aláwọn gbàbọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọdẹ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti pọkọ mi o. Wọ́n ti pọkọ mi, ọkọ mi lọ lé ni o. Ọkọ mi bọ̀ wá lé ni o. Ọkọ mi dẹ́kẹrẹ ajé wọ́n fọ́ gíláàsì mọ́tò wọ́n pa àbúrò wọ́n pa ẹ̀gbọ́n.
Now the woman husband 9 day ground like that. That's her husband, lifeless on the ground. She's crying beside the dead body of her husband and the husband brother. Now for those of you that don't understand Yoruba, I will interpret what I heard. My Yoruba is not that good, but I will interpret what I heard. So according to what she said that DSS gave guns to Miyetti Allah, and it is with those guns that they used to attack Kwara State people. DSS gave guns to Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is an association of the people that of all these Fulanis that carry cows around. So she alleged that DSS gave guns to them. I don't know where she get that information, but that's a very strong allegation. And now with that gun, they take attack Kwara State people. For the past few days now, they buy people for Kwara State. She said the husband was coming home, they bust their glass, they light the husband, light the brother, then come carry some people enter bush. And all of this was done with the gun where DSS, according to her, give Miyetti Allah people. Surprisingly, I just say, wait, where Kwara Day? Kwara Day, the north central of Nigeria. As I did look, guess what? See the states where they there. Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, Plateau, and FCT. All these states, headsmen don't attack them, according to all these states. All of them. Benue, they still attack Benue till tomorrow. Jos, till tomorrow. Plateau. Is this a coincidence? It's not. Now, Kwara State. We were not talking about Kwara before. Now, Kwara won just a few days ago. Nasarawa is still the hot for there. What is going on? All the states for the North Central, all the states have been surrounded. If for instance, by people for Kwara State, so I make a lot of Kwara people say they want me Fulani leave their place. And we get government. This is a serious allegation. They should bring this woman in. Maybe she talk within she know. Maybe it go help all of us. She knows what she's saying. Because make it make sense. I'm not saying DSS did it, but how these people did they get these guns? We can't import guns. The citizens can't import guns. Now military, now if you do police, DSS, Army, Navy, Air Force, and the people where they use guns. We don't have clearance to bring in ammunitions into this country. Now people where get clearance to bring them in, and they supply these people. So this woman is not far from the truth. We dey talk about Benue things, Benue Jos, Benue Jos. Mina Niger State collects, Nasarawa collects. Now they don't dey Kwara State. Enugu don't collect. Edo don't collect. Bayelsa don't collect. Ondo don't collect. All of this, they point out and give one people. That being said, a lot of things are going on. But again, make we really know what they happen. This thing is going on for too long. And two things they happen. It's either the Fulani are meant to take the fall, or they are the one actually doing it. But it's obvious that this has a lot to do with politicians. May God help us. That's the only thing I can say. Madam, sorry for your loss. It's just so sad. Sorry for your loss.
To be sincere, a lot of you might just felt like, oh, that man is just saying it, or VDM is just saying none of this. For me, I don't see where in Nigeria, or no, not Nigeria because it's happening in Nigeria, across the nation, which they emulate, thinking this is where law work. I can take somebody's head out of his body. I can buy somebody, do all kinds of things. And tomorrow, I'm not saying now I drop my weapon and start talking. I put all the sophisticated weapons on my neck, talking to the press, and freely, after I talk, not because I want to repent, but I'm warning them that if anything happened to any of my boys, this is what happened. And the IG of police, the person which we entrust our life to, is telling you is normal. Now is encouraging, because these same people can also go back to the forest. I recently heard that the Boko Haram that they integrate into military got angry and cut off one of their military friends with just a mere argument. They cut off his head. They are not talking about it. They don't want you to hear, because it is their mission to make sure they capture the full Nigerian. When it was happening in the north, everybody just felt it is a northern problem. Now we are pretty surrounded. Ona Dekano once said,
It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today?
the problem that we have now, do you know that on October 1st, all of this is not your president's problem? That your president only found fault in one issue, and which is, he said, IPOP. IPOP is the problem of Nigeria. IPOP is a terrorist group. And he was quick to say it, to proscribe them. And I want you guys to listen to his speech.
On security, we are working diligently to enhance national security, ensuring our economic experiences improved growth and performance. The officers and men of our armed forces and other security agencies are working tirelessly and making significant sacrifices to keep us safe. They are winning the war against terrorism. See their victories in their blood and sweat to stamp out IPOB ESN terror in Southeast and banditry and kidnapping. We must continue to celebrate their gallantry and salute their courage on behalf of a grateful nation. Peace has returned to of our liberated communities in the Northwest and Northeast, and thousands of our people have returned safely to their homes.
This is your president. This is what he's saying. Adam Apop, indigenous people of Biafra. He did say the Onogon male. He didn't say it because if he had said Onogon male, I have no problem with it. But prescribing that the indigenous people of Biafra is a terrorist, that didn't sit well for me. But can we also say that the Arewa youths are also a terrorist because majority of them are in the forest right now as Fulani Esme? Anyway, so that it shouldn't be this guy, you don't take side, I don't understand you. But you should just put 1 plus 2 together. You understand that what Ibrahim Traore said, all of them, what they said is true. And we are still waiting for more lists. You're listening to the list of names that they brought out. And more names are still coming out. Now you begin to understand why the Zamfara state governor said that they know where these bandits are. Federal are stopping them to go after them. The federal are stripping them of their power because they cannot do anything with local vigilante. They need a well-sophisticated weapon to go after these people. Anyway, I rest my case here. I love you guys. Until we meet again. Peace out. I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section.